going on, guys? King Shrats here, back with a video on the channel, and you guys requested him, so I brought him back because I got tired of you guys asking me every 5 seconds. But if you don't know, that is my dad, and today we are going to be trying barbecue straight from Hawaii. Not Hawaiian barbecue, but barbecue from Hawaii, so even more authentic. I ordered this off Goldbelly, but this place is known as the Highway Inn. And of course, it's not going to focus because it's going to track our face. There we go. I hate this damn thing. I have to cover your face, look. Not used to doing this to people. Known as the Highway Inn, located in Honolulu, Hawaii. If I mispronounce anything on this menu, just know I tried to do as much research as possible, but I might be able to screw some things up. Supposedly, this place is really, really good. Goldbelly cost me about $200 to get this shipped in dry ice from Honolulu. It took a week or so because I had it expedited. I had to pay extra for shipping just to make sure that everything was fresh. Cooking process was pretty simple. Most of this stuff was just reheating it, whether that be to actually take these bags and boil them to reheat everything. And there's two things I had to cook, which were this and the kalua pig. So that is what is on the agenda today. You want to introduce yourself like you always do?
How you doing, everybody? Dave Shretsy in the building. How's everybody doing out there? I'd like to thank you. I had pretty good reviews last time. We got a little love, a little hate, some more love, a little bit of hate. But it comes with the territory. How's everybody doing?
We're great.
Wait, so let's get this straight. This is all the way from the island of Hawaii.
Honolulu, yes.
Okay, never been there, so let's check it out.
This is why I'm used to that. Hear that white noise? But this supposedly is really good. It's been on diners, drive-ins, and dives in a bunch of other places, but Hawaiian barbecue never had any of this stuff. I'm super excited to try it. This is supposedly the centerpiece of any Hawaiian barbecue. There's like a cheat sheet here, which they talk about all of this stuff. So this here is kalua pig.
Kalua pig?
Yes. No, it's not like kalua, like the drink. Supposedly, I've seen this on TV, but they cook this in an underground oven. Like they dig a hole and then they line it with banana leaves. They cover it and then cover it with sand. And then it slow cooks in like the ground for a very long time. It says it's a centerpiece to any luau. That's what it says. Smoky shredded pork.
Okay, that's a little different way to cook it.
You got your own fork on this one. I'm not gonna feed this to you. That's a little weird.
We're not gonna
this is my first time trying kalua pig. Like legitimately, I've always wanted to try this.
Okay, here we go. Cheers.
I'm not saying anything.
Almost that's damn good.
It is.
And you're talking about, we flew this here. Oh, excuse me, we is too many people. You flew this here from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And no, that's damn good. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we're gonna do the number thing, but I'd give this one a high one.
Well, we're rating it. But
yeah.
Absolutely. Smoke flavor all through it.
Moist.
Very, very moist. It's got a ton of flavor, but it's not like they let the pig work for you. You know what I mean? They didn't like season it with a ton of stuff.
That's good.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is there's like these little almost crispy edges from the fat.
It's good.
I would eat the whole damn thing. That's very good.
Now, you know me, you remember, what do I always do? I'd make a great sandwich out of that. I'd put that on a roll. Yeah. That'd make a great sandwich out of that. That is good. Very good.
Traditionally, apparently, they just eat it as is, I think. But there's other things that we're missing that they would have in a barbecue too.
Right.
So we just have like the meat part.
I'm sure my sandwich would be untraditional, but I still put some bread on it.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
That's borderline incredible.
I've got to keep eating this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is.
It's every bit of the hype that I thought it would be. It's so good. Do you want to rate it? Or do you want me to rate it?
You go first.
I'm gonna go 9.3.
I was about to tell you. Just remember, I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna give it a 9.5, 9.5.
You're even higher than me. I have no problem with that rating.
No, it's really good. I gotta say, you never know what to expect. You bring this from overseas and you're just heating it up basically.
So that tastes like you just got it from somewhere.
You don't know what to expect, but if you put that on a plate and I came here to eat,
you would never know.
That is slapping.
So far, of all the things I have ordered on Goldbelly, that is like the freshest, and it came from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even know that this came from there, and I can't stop eating it.
No
My only gripe that I would say, it's salty, but pork is salty.
You know, I wouldn't.
I don't mind it though.
Yeah, it's got.
It needs the salt.
I mean, growing up, we would have fresh country ham. It's salty. It's just what it is.
I never like ham.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but the mom used to hook it up with the pineapple things, and she did something with some ginger ale or something or other. That's good. I'm not gonna say anything negative about it. Salt comes with the territory.
Yeah.
It's good.
I just know I couldn't eat a ton of it because like my ankles would swell.
You'll be thirsty.
But other than that, not much gripes at all.
That's good. So far,
I'm sorry.
so far we're starting out with a bang here, huh?
With a bang. Moving on to the next thing. There's 4 more items left. You pick.
Let's go with the chicken.
That chicken smells so damn good. Even when I was making it, it was hard for me not to eat this. Chicken is called pelehu. Pelehu chicken. It means to broil over hot embers and is considered the Hawaiian version of American barbecue, characterized by a salty, sweet soy sauce marinade and smoky flavors. It's either made with chicken and short ribs, and it's a potluck or a grill party's must-have. So that's what we have. We have the chicken here, and this stuff smells so damn good. Like you can see the little grill marks all over all of it. I'm just going in. I gotta try this.
Go for it. Cheers again. He grabbed a nice big piece, and I grabbed this little piece, so I'm gonna go.
Put this off. Got plenty.
Doesn't this taste like someone just took it out of the backyard?
Yes. I'm shocked at how, like, again, this came in a freeze-dried bag in dry ice, and I boiled the whole bag. That's the instructions. You boil it in the bag for 10 minutes. And it tastes like barbecue. Like, again, if I was at a party, just like you said, and I put this on a plate, you would think I cooked it. Damn. The chicken is super moist. These are thighs, I can tell. I love thighs. And what they said is exactly what it is. A little sweet, a little salty, kind of get a soy sauce, like a teriyaki kind of base, but not like some cheap tasting teriyaki. And you do get the smoke.
Wow.
You got nothing to say. Wow. No?
Well, wow. You ever have a cookout and they cook all the food and they put it on the plate and bring it in the house or bring it in the house after? That's exactly what that tastes like. I'm going to rate it first because we're going to go back and forth here. And since I'm not a professional rater of food,
As a pro, man.
but I love food, so that can account for something. That's damn good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Man, hold on.
You didn't give it a rating. You just did all that, so I'm going to rate it, and you didn't
I'm
rate
going to
it.
give it a
You
rating,
got
but I
another
want
piece
people to think I'm being so nice, so I'm going to give that a 9.
of chicken. Just being honest. The reaction is genuine. This is damn good.
We didn't taste this before. I'm going to give that a 9. I'm going to say if he wasn't here, I'd probably eat half of that.
Yeah, I would, honestly, you know how you said you'd make it into a sandwich?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That
my God.
would be an insane sandwich. That's all I keep thinking about. Well, if you guys don't know, he's very much like me, obviously, but something that I got from him, and you guys in mind, if you watch my content long enough, I just put stuff in bread and eat it. It doesn't even matter. Like, I just been doing it my whole life. So does he. And all I keep thinking about is, this would be an insane sandwich.
You know, one of these days, I'm not going to be around, and Dave's going to come on this show right here, and he's going to make a stew beef sandwich, and you guys are going to, they're going to laugh. And you guys are going, what are you talking about? As my mom, when I was younger, my mom would make a beef stew, and I grabbed the stew out of this pot, throw down some bread, sometimes some cheese, sometimes not, and I'd make a great sandwich.
Yep.
Tender, white, called a stew beef. It's legendary. He knows about it.
Yeah.
And I put everything on bread that I can.
Whenever my mom made beef stew, he would take the damn beef out and eat it on cheese and mayo and bread. And there'd be no beef in the beef stew, because it was gone.
Yes. And this is right. I'm knocked over. I'm genuinely, with these first 2 dishes, I am floored by how authentically fresh and good they are.
9.
I'm going with the 9.
I completely agree with you. It's a 9 out of 10. It's fantastic.
Keeping that with the 9. I'm raising the bar, which is why I gave that a 9.
It's fantastic.
We had a 9.5 and a 9. I'm raising the bar because the stuff's so good. Because that might even be higher, but I'm going to go with a 9.
Cool. Next one, the ribs. These are pelehu ribs. We had the pelehu chicken, which I explained. This is the rib version of it. Now these are short ribs, and they look fantastic. Again, you can see the grill marks on this. It's not like they're messing around. Y'all, my focus is not, because look, there you go. I gotta cover his face. I'm not used to doing this with 2 people like that, but I gotta try this rib. He's still eating the damn chicken.
Oh, my bad. The chicken is slapping.
How'd you give it a 9? That's a 9.5.
Yeah, it's going up every bite. Looks really good, man.
Honestly, one of the toughest things, what he's saying right now is 100% true. When you rate food, it's such a knee-jerk reaction that sometimes you try it later and you're like, wow, I was wrong. That's a tough one, which is why a lot of people actually superimpose their ratings in after the video. You've had time to almost like marinate.
You get to marinate on it. Think about it.
All right. Short ribs.
No, let's use the word marinate.
The flavor on these, man. It's the same.
Wow.
You just keep saying, wow. It's good, man. Seriously. It's the same flavor you get on the chicken, but the beef gives it a different flavor profile somehow. For ribs, these are short ribs. They're not really tough either. A lot of short ribs are tough as hell. You can't even chew them. And this one comes right off. Oh, good.
Wow. I don't have a lot to say. Wow. I just can't believe how home cooked it tastes. I mean, Hawaii is not around the corner.
Around the corner. 10 hours.
It's not even on a continent. You go first.
This with some rice.
No.
I don't know if this is the way they eat it, per se. So I didn't get rice or anything because I wasn't sure. But I would. This is the first one where I'm just like, wow, with everything. Again, the flavor, it's super on point, and I love the little fatty edges you get on your short ribs.
Wow.
I like the chicken a little bit better, but I don't have a problem with the ribs at all. So the chicken, I gave a 9. This one I'll give an 8.8.
We'll have to start writing these things down.
Want to do it again?
I gotta be honest with you. On a very high scale, right? I'm gonna give this an 8.5. On a high scale. Because out of the 3, I would say this would be the 3rd best.
Yes, but it's still really good.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Agree.
I know this type of beef is usually a little chewy, and this is.
Short ribs, yeah.
A little bit. But not enough to bother you.
No.
But that little minor detail is way overcome by the taste of this thing. It's fantastic. Whatever these guys are using for seasoning, it works. It's worked on all 3 of these things. We agree with that, right?
Absolutely. These two have the same seasoning.
Yes. It's. You know what? You never know what to expect when we do these things.
No.
We sit here, we don't rehearse. We didn't touch this until we started recording.
Yeah.
And he knows that I talk a lot. I'm really floored. I'm almost speechless.
You sound like an ad. This is why people think that, oh, they must have paid you. No.
No, when you combine the flavor of these things with the fact that it came here on dry ice,
No.
and we're talking about
I boiled it.
man. And I know. I heard what you said. You paid, not my business. You know, I'm just a guest. here.
$200.
Okay. If barbecue was ever worth $200, I'm gonna say this would be it.
This is the first one that I've like
I
emphatically
am not disappointed at all.
This is the first one I'm
Now
emphatically
I
saying.
saw the piece of it that came from over there. We're not gonna go backwards. From Chicago.
Illuminati's.
Yeah, that guy. I've been there. And the pizza didn't deliver as well as this.
No. Again, this is like my 10th thing I've gotten from Goldbelly. It is easily the most value for dollar, like worth it thing that I've
And a
done.
lot of meat, let's be real.
Yeah, it's supposed to feed 6 to 12 people.
In today's day and age, for this much meat, 200 may be a little high, but it's not insane.
No. If you went to a barbecue place and ordered this, it'd probably cost somewhere around
How many
$150
steaks
to
you got there? A
$200.
bunch.
There's
Think
about 10 ribs.
Right, think about that.
Agree? Your turn. There's only 2 left.
You know what? Let's go with this one because I've been looking at it.
Smoked meat. That's what it says.
Okay.
It's pork butt, marinated in like a soy sauce and some crushed red peppers, garlic, and sea salt. That's what it says.
Okay. Here we go.
It's so good.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my.
Yeah. Like it's not even a joke. Sometimes people think that I'm just like, it's not, I'm telling you. This one, easily. There's a fatty piece on the top. I love pork fat. All right, Emerald Lagasse, what do you used to say? Pork fat rules?
Pork fat rules.
Look at this. Of course, I gotta cover his freaking head again. It's your face. You just, stop! The meat is super tender. A little bit smoky, a little bit salty.
You know what makes this? That smoke flavor.
Oh my goodness.
Texture perfect.
It's like pork belly almost. Like thinly sliced pork belly. But that's incredible.
Man.
That would be one of my favorite ones.
Man.
And I didn't think it was going to be.
Man. Now, just looking at it, when I came here,
Unassuming.
as soon as we opened this up and started, I looked, I said, man, it looks dry.
It's not at all.
No.
One of the biggest things that people do when they're looking at food videos all the time, and I hear stuff's dry. It's dry. It looks dry. Sometimes it's not, though.
That ain't dry.
No. I got another one. I can't believe how good this is.
Yeah, this is good.
Like, it doesn't need anything.
No.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
That's just great tasting food. Holy sh! I can't believe now I sound like you. Again, a little bit smoky. I didn't get much of the red pepper. I would have liked it because it says it has crushed red pepper, but maybe a little spice. But other than that, I don't really care. Like I'm completely nitpicking. This is my favorite one so far, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
Damn. Okay. Who goes?
Who were you first last time?
I think you go.
That's it. I get to 9.5 out of 10. That's it for me. Honestly.
I'll tell you right now, this is my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going 9.8. This is my favorite.
No, it's
and they're all good.
Yeah, no, that's unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I rescind my rating. You're right. You're right.
If I was sitting here with that,
That's
in front
as
of me,
close to perfect as it's gonna get.
imagine that. Me and you sitting here, this here basketball
Done.
game.
Gone. It'll be gone in 5
Oh
minutes.
my goodness. We're good about it.
No, I rescind that. You're right.
Yeah.
I feel like I was trying to downplay. No, it's a 9.8. That's it.
I'm just gonna call it what it is. This,
The only, it's the smallest gripe. If this would have had a little bit of more of that red pepper, if it would have made it just a little hint of spice,
see,
it doesn't matter. I don't need it.
I don't know what's supposed to be on it. I didn't read all that stuff.
True.
I don't taste any red pepper, to be honest with you, personally.
Yeah,
I taste a good piece of smoked meat.
My goodness.
Ah.
Yeah. 9.8. Unbelievable. Pipikaula.
PP what?
I knew you were gonna fucking do that. Pipikaula.
Okay.
Pipikaula was a favorite snack among Hawaiian cowboys. Paniola, they were called. Salted dried beef strip, often compared to beef jerky, but ours is a bit different. Seasoned, dried, and then grilled. So I had to cook this on a pan.
Okay, so this is some sort of
Almost like beef jerky.
so Hawaiian beef jerky, some
Yes.
sort of Hawaiian beef jerky.
There's fatty pieces in here, though. I got a big fatty piece, definitely.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't poke fun at anybody's language, but just calling food PP something bothered me a little bit at first. But okay.
I grabbed such a fatty piece that I can barely chew it. I'm be honest with you. You're gonna have to excuse me a second. It's just because I grabbed the fatty piece. This piece is way less fatty. Oh yeah, there you go. What the hell? I eat like the fat. I don't think I'm supposed to eat that. Oh. Yeah, see, the first one, that's why I grabbed another piece.
Not as chewy as beef jerky at all.
No, it's not even close to beef jerky. They said they do theirs different though.
Still very, very, very good. But the bar with me has been set so high.
Agree.
I'm gonna say that
This is the first one that I'm not in love with.
I loved everything else.
Yes.
This one I like.
We said the same thing. Yeah.
This is good. It's all right. But if we're sitting here watching the game,
It'll be the last one you pick.
yeah, that'll be gone. That would have been gone. For you and me and steak. Yeah, this one right here. And the chicken, I really, yeah. I say you picked the winner. How'd you find out about this place?
I was on stream and I was just looking through stuff and I was like looking for barbecue. Like specifically, I was looking for like, you know, just regular, not regular, but American barbecue. Brisket, ribs. And we're on stream and it says Hawaiian barbecue. And I'm like, well, that's different. I've never tried that at all. You know, I've tried ribs, I've tried the brisket stuff here, but I've never had any of this stuff. So I said, you know what? Let's do this. It was the most expensive thing that I could pick, but I was like, this one's worth it. And I'm so glad that I did because this is worth the price of admission. I didn't rate this. For me, I think it's because I don't really cook with salt, ever, when I'm cooking. So salty food, immediately, I taste more than anything. That's my palate. Everybody has different taste buds. I taste the salt so much in this that I like it, but I couldn't eat a lot of that one even more because it's so salty. But if this is supposed to be beef jerky ain't just tender. This is tender. I see where it's coming from.
I get it. I get it. I gotta say that my least favorite out of all of them. But again, I set the bar way up there.
It's super tender. It's just like, to me, it tastes like,
I'm not a fan of beef jerky in general.
no.
Not my thing. And personally, my personal opinion is,
You can be honest.
yeah, I'm always going to be honest. I don't know how to do anything else.
No, you get what I'm saying.
I'm going to give that about a 7.5. I'll give it an 8. 7.5 or an 8, right? So let's go 7.8. That's it.
This is the first time that we've had like a little bit different of a rating. I'd give it a 7. Like a
Okay.
solid 7.
Okay.
Like 7 to me means it's good.
Yeah. I don't know the scale, but I'll go with
To me,
7.
when I rate things, 5 is just bang average.
No,
like,
I'm gonna see. I'm going that it was prepared properly. I think it's not overly chewy except the first piece. The flavor's okay. It's not bad, but you sat that in the middle of all this.
it's good.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to compete.
Good for me is a 7.
Okay, 7's good.
For me, 7 is good. 8 is great. 9 is elite.
Oh, okay. 8 is great. I don't know about all that good stuff there, so we're going with the 7.8, 7.5.
That's fine. Look, everybody has. Again, I just
It depends how I'm chewing. 7.5, 7.8, 7.5, 7.8. You know, it depends how the mouth's going, but whatever.
fair.
It's good. There's a lot going on.
No, it's incredible. I'm gonna get the meat sweats in the
You
bit,
told me you have food from Hawaii.
Yeah, I said you want to try some Hawaiian barbecue.
Hawaiian barbecue. I go, yeah. You
were
said
expecting this
Hawaiian barbecue. I didn't think it came from Hawaii.
Oh yeah, no, Honolulu. It's been open since 1947, and like I said, it's been on a lot of like Food Network, Travel Channel type of stuff, and I can see why.
You know, I'm gonna go as far as to say, even locally, I get barbecue from time to time.
I mean, honestly, go ahead.
This is good. This is right there with anything. How would you say no?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the barbecue in New Jersey sucks.
Pretty much. Or it's commercial.
It's not great. We have so much good food here. Barbecue is probably my least favorite from what we have. We have great sandwiches. We have great delis. We have great pizza. We have great, like, different kinds of ethnic foods. But our barbecue, there's not that much good barbecue here. There are some places that are good.
Agreed.
But there's just not that many.
Agreed. Yeah, and when you get it commercially, it's different. You know, like the commercial places.
What place? No, I'm talking like mom and pop barbecue places.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is right there, if not better than anything I've gotten locally.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, if
Now,
they put this around the corner, I'd be over there.
Now imagine sitting there in Hawaii. It's gotta be better.
Yeah. I'd be fatter, for sure. Order.
It'd be fatter.
Yeah.
See his shirt, how his sleeves fit? You see how mine fit? Look, I got a bell whistle, I got a bell. I was there one day, but I ain't there no more. But I like to eat them.
So do I. I do it for a living.
So, I've been watching the show, as always. Big fan of the show. Watch every day. Has some interesting topics. The topic on I don't like to say the hood, but the urban life.
Okay.
The topic on the urban life really hit home.
Which part?
Makes me feel that you get it. Every part. Because everybody looks at I don't like to say hood. But
I mean, you can say it too because, like, we the same. You lived and grew up
I'll tell you right
to
now.
where you moved. So
Where I am in this world, I'm from where I'm from. Always. I don't change. I am who I am. And I grew up in the quote unquote, as they like to say, hood, urban area. And people have a misconception of the hood that everybody in the hood is a certain way. That is the furthest thing from the truth, man.
very false.
I mean, hell, even in jail, not everybody can fight. It's just what it is.
True.
You know, so you can't stereotype somebody. I know people from where I'm from that became bankers, doctors, lawyers, or just good human beings. You know, not everybody's bad, not everybody's good. There's good and bad everywhere.
That's the biggest underlying thing that I've learned.
And when people say, "Oh, he's from here, he's from there," and
I don't mean anything.
no, you meet the person, identify with the person, talk to the person. You either like them or you don't. Hell, I got family members I don't get along with.
I got a funny one though.
What's that?
I'm sure you've run into this. Have you ever had somebody claim they were from somewhere that was known for having tough people and then turn out to, for lack of better words, be like a bitch? You know what I'm talking about? And people are like, nah, I'm from, and they still get bitch.
You know, it's not where you're from.
No.
It's who you are.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I've had that. Or people, what happens a lot of times in some of these suburban towns is they'll get a guy that moved there from the urban area.
Yeah, there you go.
And instantly, he's the man. Oh, he's from here. He's from there.
Okay.
I mean, okay. You know, it doesn't really, it's not where you're from. It's who you are. And I just like to say that people glorify it sometimes. Like some of the people that think living in certain areas makes you tough or makes you
Real.
down or makes you real. I'll tell you the truth. Most people in those areas live there because sometimes their parents just couldn't do better. What is the first thing people do when they come up or get a better paying job or
Leave.
they buy a house in the suburbs somewhere? They get the hell out of there.
No.
Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being raised there, because I certainly was. This is where I grew up. I was there forever until I got out. But you get out when you can. And I'm not saying you should be ashamed of where you're from. But glorifying it is nothing. It's nothing glorious. It's just where you're from. Embrace it. Love it. But and I'm not saying to talk down because you're from the quote-unquote hood. But it doesn't matter. You get out. A celebrity basketball player, right? He comes from whatever. Gone. Guy becomes a banker. Out. It's okay. That's what people do. You want your kids to do better than you. I did not raise my son. He was there for a minute, but I didn't raise him when I could get a chance to leave. And let's just face it, I didn't go to Beverly Hills. But we got out. People to people. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, certainly nothing to glorify. And I also say when the main problem what happens is people don't raise their kids. Dave's a good guy. I'm not going to take credit for it because he has a part in that. All I can do is help and guide, and he has a part in that. He's a good guy. But when parents don't raise their kids, guess who raises them? The streets. I'm going to leave it right there.
Fair.
You don't want that. Okay.
What did you think about what I said about drugs?
In the hood, drugs are a everyday part.
No.
Which
What I
part?
said was,
Go ahead. Rehash it.
again, being from there, moving to the suburbs, and then as I got older, I got to high school, I started being able to hang out with, like, for lack of better words, rich kids.
Okay.
Kids that went to other schools,
A
but
little more affluent. Yeah.
they were rich. They lived in $1 million houses, et cetera, et cetera.
Understood.
I saw more drugs in those neighborhoods than I did in the hood.
Well, again, I didn't grow up with those other type kids. I grew up with kids like me. My area was so bad, we didn't lock the door. They didn't want to steal my crap. I got the same crap they got. They go to the nice places. But what you're saying is 100% correct.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to say I was whatever, but I saw a lot, and I could say a lot of the clients that came into these other areas were from those places.
Huh?
And a lot of them got enough stuff to take and sell it in those places.
But the funny part to me was, again, I don't want to go into too crazy details, but most of the kids that were in high school that were on drugs were getting them from their parents. They were stealing them from their parents, especially in the richer neighborhoods. They got them because they would go into their parents' stash. That's how they got it.
Here's where you can educate me. See, I'm on the other side, right? When growing up, I'm the place that people came to get the stuff. Probably their parents at that time, right?
Fair.
You coming up in the other area saw what that did to the kids, and the kids were getting it. Now, I knew somebody that used to go into their pop stash and grab a little weed here and there, but let's face it,
Yeah, I'm not talking about weed.
I don't really bother people about what they do. Because I come across as preachy. I don't really have a problem with weed. I have a problem when people listen. Where I'm from, somewhere around the late '80s, early '90s, this thing came around called crack. All of a sudden, friends of mine had no teeth. People that were fat were skinny.
Yeah.
People were getting rid. I know a guy that went. This is a true story. He had rebuilt like a Chevy Nova, beautiful. He had restored this thing. He went and got the title to it. This is a true story. I was playing basketball. Signed the title over to the guy for like $50 worth of product.
That's
with
crazy.
tears in his eyes. It's a true story. And I went to my man. I said, "Dude, why you take my man's car?" He said, "He was gonna give it to somebody else. It's not me."
No, that's how most people who do that for a living think. Somebody's going to get it from somewhere.
Yeah, that is, and people all think that. But what you don't understand is when you do these things, you're bringing a certain element to your area. Now, the building that you were brought up in, we got out of it because it got crazy.
Yeah. No,
There were some people on I'm like one of the floors there. I'm not going to go into details so people know me. There's some people on one of the floors there that they turned my whole building around. It was people like it was like New
like
Jack
the
City.
Carter.
It was like the Carter.
Yeah.
One building. Yeah.
That's why I laugh.
Everybody goes, he would have got it from me, but you don't understand what you're doing. You're outside where you live.
Yeah.
You got people that'll do anything for the stuff outside where you live, in the building where you live, and before you know it, it becomes the word that people want, the ghetto or the hood or whatever. But at a certain point, we help create that. So fast forward when I move around here. When is the last time you seen in the suburban areas? When's the last time you seen the kids on the corner just selling in broad daylight? Just hanging out just selling drugs.
2000s.
In the suburbs?
Absolutely. It's
Well,
a common misconception. That's what I've been trying to tell people.
see, I don't hang out no more.
I don't either. I'm old.
But I wouldn't. But I know that
You knew who? Yeah. You knew
where I'm from, they get arrested or whatever. They come right
You
back.
know, it's not. They're in broad daylight.
It's like no, it's not hidden. It's like fast food.
But they did it in suburbs too.
You ever see that movie where the guy's he goes, he pays him the money.
Yes.
Two, he drives down the street, picks up his two, and keeps going. Drive-through drugs, broad daylight.
It happened in broad daylight everywhere.
Yeah, it's just it's one of those things.
That's why all I was saying was that it's a misconception. Like you saw those things not just in the hood.
You know what you see different in the suburban areas?
Grass. The biggest thing I noticed growing up was when we moved and we went to play. The first thing I did was baseball back then. It was the first thing I tried out for because it was around that time of year, and I just couldn't believe how much grass there was. It was grass, like in fields. 'Cause we didn't have that.
No.
You know, it was just concrete everywhere. So when I got here and you saw 4 baseball fields, and then a football field, and then a jungle gym, we didn't see that.
And the parents allow their kids a certain more leeway in the area we moved to.
True.
Like we went to an awards dinner one day, so I got him there. He's dressed nice, you know, and they're running around playing tackle football in the hall.
True.
And I'm yelling at him, "Sit down!" I look around and go, "Wait a minute, go ahead, man, go have fun," because this is what they do.
It's different.
It's just different, you know, and things are different. But I'd say people are people everywhere, and I never had a problem. We assimilated here. We did all right, and you came out all right. But to get back on track, most people just think they need to be there to be valid. You don't need to be there to be valid. You need to validate yourself. You know, you are who you are, not where you're from. Where you're from contributes to it. But you're going to become who you are. Your character, you're going to wear it like a fingerprint. It's never going to change.
You hit it right on the head right when you started. Most people that live in urban or the hood, you want to call it the hood, whatever, they're just trying to make ends meet.
Yes.
They're just trying to get by.
You're doing the best you can.
Like,
we all
from
do
the outside looking in, the perception though is that it's like the Wild West and everybody's robbing everybody and you just walk down the street and people take your sneakers and it's just, that's not really what it is. The majority of people are just working and trying to get by the best they can.
Right.
The overwhelming majority of people, just like in the suburbs.
You know what happens? When I was growing up, kids are kids, right? When I was growing up, a lot of people were trying to make ends meet, just like you just said. My parents certainly were. So I lived in a building. All parents, most of them that were there, went to work all day. So you had a building full of kids and no parents. But the people that were there, the adults, they would watch. It's like It Takes a Village. They would kind of keep an eye on you and you respected them. There was a lot of respect. I didn't talk back to anybody there. But a lot of the mischief happened when there were no parents around, so the kids had more time on their hands. Now, when we moved here, sometimes both parents didn't work. You know, you got people picking the kids up from school. I never got picked up from school in my life. I never got a ride to school in my life. But, you know, so people didn't have as much time on their hands. But the misconception is they weren't raised. No. There was a tremendous amount of respect. You did not talk back to your parent where I'm from. Another thing I noticed when I moved was a lot of talking back to the adults or parents.
Yeah.
You noticed that, I'm sure.
That's a stereotype, but that's kind of true.
People act like people in certain areas don't raise their kids. No, they did, and some do. But you know, people are people, and like I said, whoever you're going to be, you're going to be. But there's a very big misconception on urban and suburban areas.
That was the whole point.
And you made a good point.
I'm telling you, I saw
did very well.
I saw more drugs in rich neighborhoods, and you know what the difference is in a rich neighborhood though? They ain't gonna search nobody. I'm just being real. None of those kids ever got in trouble. There were more drug addicts, teenage drug addicts in upscale neighborhoods and stuff like that. So when people even talk about things like crime, again, they're not gonna stop some kid walking down the street in upscale neighborhood with a backpack, even if he's got it on him.
Makes sense.
The other thing that I noticed too is when those kids got in trouble, nothing happened. Like they would get picked up and they would get in trouble, and then the cops would just bring the kid home. Be like, "Hey, we caught him. You know, here you go. Yeah, just knock something over. It's cool." They say, "Oh, just take care of him, do something like that." even in suburbs, it's a little bit more like on that end.
Right.
But when you're in, they don't do that shit there. Excuse me for cursing, but when you live, they're not bringing you back to your parents. They don't care.
No. You're getting picked up at the station. You might go to juvie.
Oh yeah.
And you're definitely getting smacked in front of the cops and whoever else is there.
I mean, when I moved here, almost every summer there were 2 or 3 kids that would get arrested for doing stuff like stealing, like theft in stores. They would go to like video. Like I remember one kid. I don't want to like it was a video rental place, and they stole like 7 video games. They took them right out the store, and they got caught, and they got arrested, and nothing happened. They didn't give the games back.
No?
No. And that's what I'm saying. It's just a different vibe. But at the end of the day, I always said this. There's just people that are shitheads from, excuse me for cursing again. There's people that are from all walks of life that are great. And there are people from all walks of life that aren't so great.
Agreed.
That was the whole...
I agree 100%. It's who you are. It's not where you're from.
And now that I have you, I have a question that's more sports related.
Let's go.
What do you think about Saquan Barkley?
I was hoping we talked about this.
I knew it.
I'm a New York Giant fan. I've always been a New York Giant fan. I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan. But Saquon Barkley stays out of the headlines. Nothing negative, no negative press. You don't have him domestic disputes and all this other stuff. Seems like a real good guy. He's a hell of a football player. He happened to play for the Giants for a few years. Had a couple good ones. He got hurt. And everybody's complaining that he went to the Eagles. I'm never going to get mad at the person for making a bag. I don't care where he went. As a Giant fan, he went to a team that has a chance to win. I wish him well, and I don't have anything bad to say. I mean, do I want to watch him in the green playing us twice a year? I mean,
it's gonna be weird to see. I'll admit that.
It's gonna be weird, but I'm not mad at the guy.
I never get mad at people for that.
I heard Tiki Barber said something like,
I think okay. Let me clarify this because I've heard this.
Please,
Tiki Barber said you're dead to me. Like that's what he said. Now he's come out as of recently and said that he meant that like not serious.
Okay, because that bothered me.
Agree.
It's a little over the top.
Agree. You know, Tiki's always been that kind of person though. Like he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when he was playing, but.
Okay, I'm glad
he
you
has
said
supposed again allegedly.
Okay,
he says that's not the way he meant it.
I'm glad you cut me off because that bothered me.
I'm sure.
I was about to go in on him.
And nobody really liked Tiki. I've said this before, and I've said this a bunch of times.
People forget Tiki was a good football player 3 years in. Tiki, when his first couple of years, he fumbled so much it was hard to watch. He fixed it. He was a good Giant, a good football player. But to have the emotion, he said it jokingly.
Allegedly.
So to allegedly say you're dead to me, kind of hit me. I'm saying, Saquon, good luck. If you watch the show, peace up. Coming
it's
down.
like you said.
We'll share some barbecue with you.
I would never get mad at somebody for switching employers. Like it's his job. Like that's a part of his job. And the other thing is, the Giants allegedly didn't even offer him a contract. Like not nowhere near what Philly gave him.
My opinion is this: by the time Giants put a team around him, he'd have been out of football.
Also true. But at the end of the day, just like anybody who works, if somebody offers you more money in a better situation, you're going to take it. Like if I worked for UPS and FedEx was like, hey, we'll double your salary and give you the same benefits and pensions, etc. I'm out. I'm not even thinking about it twice. But for some reason, people forget that like athletes and they go, oh, well, they're entitled or they're millionaires and stuff. Like that's still the job. The job is the job.
And let's face it, he worked hard for the Giants. He was a good Giant.
So yeah, he's a good football player.
He was a good football player, but he never tanked. He did his job for you. How can you get mad at him for moving on?
Yeah, but players don't have allegiances to teams.
And
not
he's
in
from, I think he's from PA, right?
Yes. They're from the Lehigh Valley.
I wish him nothing but the best.
I never understood why fans go so crazy over people switching teams.
People just, we feel we have ownership. Like, I know people that miss work. This is a true story. I have known people that miss work because their team lost on Sunday.
That's crazy.
It's the truth.
I believe it.
Fan is short for fanatic, they say. Is that true?
That's true.
Listen, when the Giants win, I'm cool. When they lose, I'm still cool.
Yeah, I do.
My life does not revolve around them winning football games. So if I got paid for them or I was a coach or I was a player, it might be different. I'm a fan. I watch. I complain. My son tells me I'm analyzing the game wrong sometimes because he's a little better at it. But I got my opinion. It's my opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go home, eat some barbecue with my kid, and or chill. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life. I'm not going to go there. And people just get crazy. But I wish Tiki well. But what do you think about the hate Shannon Sharpe is getting all of a sudden?
I talked about that too. I just think that we live in an era that people like to build somebody up when they're the underdog, but then when they achieve what they achieve, they want you to get like famous, but not too famous. They want you to get rich, but not too rich. Once you get to a certain point, they will begin to start to do things that tear you down. I firmly believe that, and I think that Shannon's been the same person this entire time. Nothing's changed about him.
They're talking about the name of his show, the way he walks,
And he's been
the way
calling
he
him
dresses.
Yes.
But I'll tell you right now, that's a big dude.
Well, they wouldn't say it to his face.
Half of these guys, he said it himself, and I'm going to have to ride with that.
No, they wouldn't say it to his face.
Half of these guys are not going to walk up to him and say that to him because, I don't know, are you that kind of guy? Good for you.
No, they wouldn't.
But,
most of the people who talk trash on the internet would never say this stuff to anybody.
and a lot of people, you know, it's that crabs in a bucket. Everybody just wants to pull him down.
That's what it's just said.
The guy came out of a football player. He had a Hall of Fame career, right?
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Good football player.
Great football player.
Very great.
All-time great.
Yeah, he built up a podcast where he started from whatever, and now he's whatever. He gets my man Cat up there.
People
blows him up
forget
even
when
more.
he was on CBS though. This didn't start with the podcast.
Yeah, but he's doing well. Now he's a, I guess, quote unquote mega celebrity, so he got to deal with the hate that comes with it. But it's unwarranted. The guy's got hip surgery. He got bad hips. He walks this way.
2 hip replacements.
And if you watch the show, which I watch his show too, I really don't think dude's what they calling him.
No, I don't think that. Not
At all.
No,
It's just hate.
He's got 3 kids
It's just pure.
by 3 different women.
But if you listen to Club Shay Shay or whatever, the one with, or Shay, or the one after hours,
Again, I know
talks so that
the subject matter is very raunchy.
yeah, it's very raunchy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, like that's just what comes with the new thing that people. I don't know what there is this like weird obsession with like, but like people want people to be gay so bad that they just call everybody gay now. It's crazy now to me.
I ride
Like
with him.
everything is sassy, it's zesty, it's this, that, and the third. Like I don't understand the preoccupation. Was it always like this? I'm not
No,
old enough.
absolutely not.
Everybody now is gay. Like everyone, they're like, oh nah, he's secretly. If you did this, humiliation, this, you're part of this secret group. And everybody's secretly gay.
No, I think that I like his show. I think he does a good job. He's not trained interviewer or whatever, but he does very well. I ride with him. I wish him nothing but the best. And I just think people should leave people alone. Now Meek Mills is the next one.
I mean, that's still different.
I just think people put too much energy into this.
Okay, but that's a courtroom affidavit.
What, Meek? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, talk further, because enlighten me.
Okay, there's a civil suit. Again, civil is different than criminal.
Go ahead.
Where Puffy's former people have this whole document of all the stuff that he did. And in that document,
Meek shows
it's
up?
listed that he's had an explicit relationship with him. All alleged.
With Meek? Philly Meek?
Yes.
I saw the video when Puffy was calling him daddy, and I'm just thinking Puffy's being Puffy because
I can't let no man call me daddy, bro.
nah.
Like I'm just. That's a little. I would have been like, he looked tired in the video.
Yeah, but I would have checked him. I'd have been like, yo, man, what's up with the daddy talk? But you know, sometimes friends say stupid things like their friends. So, but I don't know. I got to be honest with you. Me as a man, the last thing in the world I'm ever gonna worry about is another man calling me gay. Have fun, enjoy.
No, I agree with that. I mean, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I have fun.
But I've just noticed that.
I didn't. Yeah. Huh,
When allegedly, yeah. But I just noticed that like Shannon Sharpe. I've seen it happen to influencers. I've seen it happen whenever somebody gets to a point. They're always like, "Oh, you changed. I miss the old you. You should have been." Like it's almost like they want you to stay the same.
Well,
And I mean stay the same, like complete. I'm not talking about your mindset and your mentality. I mean like stay in the same spot. Like
Right.
literally, don't change anything about anything. And if you do, then it's like, oh, well, you change. Yeah, and I get this from people in my own personal life now. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's so annoying when I have people that I don't talk to for a while, and they're like, yo, man, we got this going on, or are you too cool now? Because you're like, what changed? Like I'm not like there's nothing different about me, but you had to throw that little thing in. You're too good for us little people now, or whatever. Like, first of all, I'm not that damn cool.
But that's passive aggressive hate, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird. I don't like that energy.
Listen, people are supposed to change.
Agree. Imagine you stay the same.
No, you got to grow. You got to change. Now, I've got friends that I grew up with. There's certain people that I've been cool with. I'll be cool with for life. There's other people that are still acting like it's 1986, and I can't really ride with that right now. Now, if that means that I change because I don't want to act like I'm living in the 86, with the leaves and the fat laces or whatever the case may be, so be it. I got to change. You know, I have to reinvent myself daily. I'm trying to become a better person. I don't want to be what I was because what I was wasn't so great at the time. And at this age, I can realize that. So when people say, "Oh, I get that all the time," "Oh, you new?" No, I'm not new. You old.
Yeah.
Come on. How am I new? The more this is Dave's show. I'll be here occasionally, but the more that you hear from me, and Dave knows one thing about me, I'm not changing for nothing. I change for me, and I try to better myself. But I am who I am. Take it or love it.
But
Take it or leave
you
it.
have to.
Love it or
You
leave
have
it.
to change.
People should change.
But even no matter, it's almost like being a musician. Like people get mad at people. Like, and I always bring up Drake, but again, because he's right now longevity.
Right.
But he's reinvented himself multiple times over the years.
And if he didn't,
he would have fell off.
agreed.
Like, think about rappers like DaBaby, like Lil Baby.
A lot of people come and go.
But those two rappers specifically, the biggest thing that people say about them is every song sounds the same.
You know.
So you can't follow the same formula. People get tired of you.
Right. And sometimes, yeah, you're right. Listen, I don't call it change. I call it growth.
Look, but yeah, that's another way of saying it. But people, again, say all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I just bought a new house, or I just bought a new car, or oh, I just bought this, or oh, I just bought that. People are like, oh, so now you're letting it go to your head.
Let me tell you.
What did you want me to do?
Let me tell you in front of your audience. We did the one show back, I don't even know, it was a while ago. And I went someplace, public place. I was sitting there watching a sporting event.
Okay.
I had people walking up to me and go, hey, you're the King Stratz's dad. I had no idea that it was getting to that point.
For me, it is, yeah. It's crazy now. Like, around here, yeah, it is.
And I had no idea it was getting to that point. And listen, there was not one or two. There was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know? I talked to somebody on the phone. He at my job, he literally called me to tell me he saw me on your show and he watches every day. He called me. He's a place we do business with.
It's something that I don't think I'm ever going to get used to.
But
yeah.
you are you, and you know, I don't even want to call you a chip off the old block. Hell, I might be a chip off of your block at the rate this is going. You know, there's always that point where the teacher and the student, but Dave he's a real guy, man. He is what it is.
I just spilled water on my nose.
And
Fair.
I take that out. You can take that as it is, but
Nah, yeah.
it is what it is. So we do what we do, but if people are gonna bother you because you changed, I think maybe they need.
I don't really think they're bothering me. It's just certain.
I think
people,
they're busting chops. I think that's a passive.
I can't. But well, yeah, that's like you said. Like it does.
Almost. I don't want to use the word jealousy, but it could be a little bit of an envious thing. You know, how many of our friends, like I was briefly doing music and whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. But how many of our friends didn't do anything at all after school? They just stayed in the same lane, hang with the same people.
Most people do.
In your era, probably still sagging their pants. I hate to see a 40-year-old or 30-year-old sagging their pants. It's just pet peeve. I guess I'm old. Nah, don't worry. I'm not going to even tell you not to worry about that. I know better. So let's continue. What do you think of Mike Tyson and this guy, man? Talk to me.
It's good for entertainment. That's what boxing has become now. I know that the boxing purists are not going to like it, and I completely understand it because it's a mockery of what it used to be, where you had to come up and grind and earn, etc. It's now become a celebrity. The boxing has shifted from professionals to almost celebrity boxing. That's what it's become now.
Well,
it's box office. They're smart. I'm going to watch it.
I am not the biggest, and I'm not going to be a hater, so I am not the biggest. What's his name? Jake Paul?
Yes, that's Jake.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of his per se.
He's actually a good boxer, though.
But I will say this, marketability and knowing what he's doing to make a bag, hey, man, you got 57-year-old Mike Tyson out there to fight you. I'm sure Mike's getting a big bag. I will say this, all my friends, Mike's going to knock him out. 2 rounds. I'm going to tell you this, and I
don't think it's going to be that easy.
Let's preface this by saying I saw Mike at his very best.
Yeah.
At his very best,
no, he did kill him.
He don't go around with Mike.
No.
He don't go around. He probably third punch.
No. Mike is 60 years old.
Within a minute. Mike's 57, self-admittedly smoking a pound a day almost of weed.
Yeah, but if he connects, he's going to...
Shrooming.
I'm sure he can still throw a punch.
Shrooming. So I envision it. If this is a real fight...
It's a fight.
If it's... A lot of people saying it's fixed. I don't think Mike does that, but I don't know.
That's the thing that gets me. Because I know when he fought Floyd Mayweather, it was his brother. Yeah. Logan fought Floyd Mayweather. Floyd carried him. Yeah. You could see it.
But it could be a WWE thing because what do they care? They're going to get a big bag. But if it's a real fight and if this guy's got any, and he can fight a little bit, as much as I hate to say it. If it's a real fight and he's got any kind of people in his corner at all, he tries to move around for a couple of rounds, let Mike get a little tired, because it takes more than a couple of months to get all that weed out of
Mike
your
in his prime couldn't last more than a few rounds.
Yeah, but Mike...
Even in his prime, he couldn't.
No, but Mike will kill this guy in his prime.
I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm just saying that was the secret to beating Mike back then. Yeah. That's why Buster Douglas beat him.
Yeah, that and cocaine.
Well, that's a whole different. But I'm saying that the secret, he never went past X amount of rounds because he was like a pit bull.
It's good for boxing. It's good for for boxing. Again, it's good for publicity, marketability. It's a good event.
It's good for
that I will watch.
It's good for boxing.
I will watch it.
Entertainment wise, but I get the purists don't like it. I can understand why guys like Oscar De La Hoya are getting pissed off.
All I'm saying is I'm the biggest Mike Tyson fan ever, and I'm not going to be the most surprised man in the world if he happens to lose.
Didn't he just fight somebody on like a boxing match from like a couple years ago?
He fought Roy Jones,
and it was like the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll tell you this: if Mike goes there motivated and really trained, and he's really angry, yeah, it's gonna be interesting for a couple of rounds. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't want to fight Mike Tyson in the boxing ring.
No, at any age.
Nah.
No.
But I just don't. I think people are just looking at the glory days, Mike, and saying he's gonna knock him out so easily. I don't know. I hope. What I don't want is this guy to walk around with his leg and still be beating the 57-year-old Mike Tyson. I have to hear about it for the next 20 years. That I don't want. But listen, no hate. Good luck. I'll watch it. Maybe if you're around, we can check it out. I think it's on Netflix or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's like Netflix Live, something new that they're trying.
Oh, well, Netflix is what, $30 a month now?
Yeah, and they watch you because I got on there the other day and it said you got too many people on your account.
Yeah, if you use somebody else's account, it will tell you you're not in your home.
The worst part of that was my account.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, if say you have an account and you try to use it somewhere else, they'll be like, wait a minute, you're not home right now.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Right. Yeah.
What it's become stuff right now is so out of control with how much everything costs. I just can't get over it. Everything's so expensive now.
Well, I was just out looking at I watch you in the vehicle eating. And I go, you're a good dude, man. You do it for the cause. It's a nice car. You're in there eating. I don't eat in my car. I don't. You understand people like, but it's a process. I don't like eating in the car because of that. But it's such a process now. Got to put the stuff out. When you're done, it takes me like 10 minutes to clean my car out when I'm done because I'm very OCD. I like everything clean. That is true.
So
you're a very clean person.
I vacuum after everything I do. I got wipes everywhere. It takes me like 10 minutes to clean the car after every time.
I would say when I visit Dave, his house is always in order. He definitely has OCD.
I can't stand it.
I stopped eating in the car about 3 cars ago, maybe 4, and I don't eat in the car. And I don't let people eat in my car. I was cleaning the car to bring it back, and I found French fries between the seat, and it weirded me out. It just weirded me out. That's the end of that.
You got to get one of those things. I have the thing that goes in between, so nothing falls in between the seats.
Yeah, that's where it was too, right there.
But you gotta have one of those.
It weirded me out. So no, I don't eat in the car.
Well, I got a vacuum.
But I could tell you the price of cars and everything and interest rates, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't even tell people what I pay for
And you
my
know,
car.
a lot of things we talked about, like in school, they don't teach you about this. But every time you hear on the news, interest rates go up. A lot of people ignore that. Pay attention. You know what a credit card is today and the interest rate? Like 22, 25%.
APR, yeah.
Do you know what that is? And that's not monthly. It goes daily. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Revolving debt. So that's a lot of money. If you owe $1,000 on a credit card, man, I had to learn the hard way. I've been there, done that. Now I learned a new trick. It's called debit card. And when you're using your debit card and it's coming out of your account, you stop spending at a certain point. You go, okay, I really don't need that. It's a good thing. That credit is crazy. It's election year. One thing I will not discuss here. I don't even discuss that with him, his politics, because I don't know anything about it. I pay my taxes. That's about as much as I can give you for that. And my Knicks are balling a little bit here and there.
Suck.
You still a Celtics fan?
What do you mean still? The Knicks are the most mediocre franchise in the history of New York sports.
Since 73.
Since always. You won one fluky championship with sideburns.
73.
Again, with Walt Clyde Frazier, and the Knicks fans still walk around like y'all have ever accomplished anything. Your claim to fame is nothing.
You know the hardest part of being a Knicks fan?
Yes, you're terrible. Mediocre, forever.
And New York is the mecca of basketball, some people say. And we haven't had a good team since 73.
Suck.
Yeah.
Well, you went to the finals with Sprewell. You got dog walked.
Well, yeah, but...
Didn't Tim Duncan dog walk the Knicks?
Wasn't it Houston that beat us when Stark...
Yeah.
Starks was like 3 for 21. I was like, tackle this guy, man. Stop shooting. He just kept shooting jumpers. They just weren't falling.
One of my earliest core memories is you screaming at John Starks and Patrick Ewing.
Pat didn't dunk the ball. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Yep.
Refused to dunk the ball.
That was, yeah.
And you know, as an amateur at any sport, and especially I loved basketball growing up, about 100 pounds ago. But you got to know, some days your jump shot just ain't working. Get to the bucket. My man kept throwing them up.
The Knicks to me are just synonymous with mid. Like everything about them to me is, and like you guys, the fans, you guys get excited every year. You always think people are coming. They're never coming. No one's coming. Right? Bron didn't want to go. Kyrie didn't want to go. Nobody wants to go.
I like Kyrie Irving.
But nobody wants to go. Like, they're just mired in, and every year I just get Knicks fans just talking. I'm like, you can't even smell a final. It's not going to happen. You're not going this year.
No, not this year.
Next year either.
Nah.
Or the year after.
Nah.
Or the year after.
I can't fortune tell that far, but nah.
You're not. It's not happening.
You know why? Because if you can't draw the biggest stars in the game to one of the biggest cities in the country.
It's not. It's mid.
What, New York? The city of New York?
All the great New York teams play in New Jersey.
Yeah, they can't, but they can't even get this. They can't get the big name guys to come there.
Nobody wants to play for the Knicks. Who would want to play for the Knicks?
You just said it. Kyrie didn't want to come.
No one did.
Bron didn't
Everybody. The only player in that game was Melo, and that was a trade.
I like Melo.
I love Melo. Melo was a great player. He's one of my favorite
Melo
players.
is the epitome of New York sports. No matter what he did, people talk junk about him.
Why do you think nobody wants to play here?
Yeah. Guy could score 40.
They tried to run Eli out of town. Did they not?
Yeah. Yeah.
It don't matter. New York fans are the worst.
So where are we going? Where are we going, Giants? We going QB? Where are we going?
There won't be a QB worth taking at 6.
6 pick?
There won't be a QB worth taking at 6.
What do you think of the number 1 overall pick who is going to be the kid from USC?
It is.
I know, but what do you think of him?
I think he's a talented player.
Okay.
I think he needs to pull his head out of his ass sometimes, and sometimes he's a little too smart for his own good, and it's going to run into a lot of problems. But his talent's undeniable.
I won't go into sports.
He also has issues reading defenses at times, and he doesn't make easy throws because he tries to go for the hero ball. Going to be a bit of a problem. And he's a little too smart for his own good. Like, I'm my own agent. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. Sometimes you get a little too smart for your own good. But if he goes in and he plays well, no one's going to care.
Now, I've been meaning to ask you this, and I haven't seen you. You're a busy guy. But the Bears got number 1 pick, right?
Caleb Williams, yeah, Bears.
What do you think of that? Like, I value your opinion on this.
What do you mean, what do I think of it?
They're going to get rid of Justin Fields?
I like Justin Fields, but I don't think they use him right.
I think he's a football player, but
but
they're going to trade him for Caleb. Do you think
Sure. Would I do it?
Yeah, Dave GM.
No. But again, I don't. If that regime doesn't believe in him, then you make the call. They're not firing the coach, but they don't use him correctly. He is not a pocket passer. He never has been, and he never will be.
I think he's going to go somewhere and have a good
If you put him in the right system, he is absolutely going to cook.
Yeah.
Again, but if you ask him to be a traditional pocket passer, it's never going to happen. That's not his game. It never will be.
Okay. I guess time will tell on that one. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like what I see. The kid's got flashes of brilliance. Justin
Fields?
Yeah.
He has things that you can't coach, and I just believe the right coach will get the right player out of him.
What do you think's a good fit for him?
Right now, yikes. There really aren't any left.
Giants?
I would love him on the Giants. I think that Brian Dibble could use him. Now, if they could get a lower pick for him, I wouldn't give up a 2. I wouldn't give up a 3, but a 4, I would give up a 4 for him. I 100% would. I think he's better than Daniel Jones right now.
Well, I think Daniel Jones is his time's numbered. Whenever it's a cap hit or whatever.
If he doesn't throw for 7 billion yards next year, he's gone. There's a very low possibility that he ends up on this team. The Giants made a mistake paying him in the first place, but the biggest problem with him and why I don't think he's a bad talent. I just think he doesn't have it. There's something missing in his game here. He can make all the throws. He can run. He can't, his brain, his computer chip doesn't work right. He doesn't read defenses correctly. He doesn't see obvious blitzes. He has 0 pocket awareness. 0. He gets hit sometimes, and I'm like, how did you not see that guy in your face?
It looks like they're trying to shore up the line a little bit, so maybe that helps a little bit.
I think getting rid of Barkley isn't the problem. They should have gotten rid of Barkley the way that they did it. I don't have a problem with them getting rid of Barkley. Yeah. They're building the team the right way. They went back and they're building a line on both sides of the ball. That's neither here. The problem is he went to Philly. That's what people are upset about. I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying people. Right. I don't want to see him in Philly. If he could have been anywhere but Philly. But I can understand that.
I heard it was Philly or Dallas, and I got to say,
it's Philly or Houston.
Oh, well, they were talking. I heard this on YouTube or something.
Fair.
Either way, I would like to. If he's going to go anywhere, I didn't want to see him in Dallas.
I understand that, but that's the game, and I'm not really mad at it. Other than that, they should be fine. I think the Giants are probably going to end up with a wide receiver, if I had to guess.
They need some more.
If I'm them, I trade down.
I think they're doing it right. Finally, I think you build the line, you get you a receiver to even trade or draft or whatever, and then you go get the quarterback. Because right now, it is what it is.
I don't think you need to have an elite quarterback.
No, I don't think so.
In order to be a
I
contender.
think Cam had a very good point with his
Manager.
Game manager and what.
Cam just says things in a very polarizing way. He's not wrong.
Well, when he clarified it and said Tom Brady is an elite game manager, it made sense in my head.
Yeah.
I think that if you get
Tom Brady was what people don't realize, and this is why Mahomes has become the Death Star in sports right now. Patrick Mahomes learned how to win. There's a difference between being a great quarterback and being a winner. Joe Montana could do it, Brady could do it, and now Mahomes could do it. Well, and what they're doing is they understand at certain points to take the air out of the game. Don't make a hero throw. We're winning. We don't need to be anything stupid. Take care of the ball. Make sure we're moving the chains. And Brady and Montana were great at that. Even though they weren't the most talented guys, they knew how to win. And Mahomes has started doing that this year. He's taking the air out of games. When they need a play, he makes it. But he's not being a hero.
Right, I understand
And
that.
sometimes guys like Brett Favre or Peyton Manning will lose you a game because they think they can make every throw.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's why, look, at the end, as talented as Manning was, he only had 2 rings and he only really won 1 ring. That second ring don't count to me.
As great as Brett Favre was, I think he never saw a throw.
Most overrated Hall of Fame quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
I was trying to say, I think he never saw a throw he thought he could make.
I hate Brett Favre.
It could be third down, they're about to win the game. He's trying to squeeze the ball between 2 people on a 7-yard pass. He gets picked off. Giants. And yeah, I think that there's a certain point that you just want to not lose the game, make the right throws, and then you got to have that it, which of course Brady has. And with Mahomes, you can't say enough about the kid.
When it's all said and done, Patrick Mahomes is a very high probability he's gonna be the greatest.
I can't see any argument for that right now.
The difference is though he's still got to win like 3 or 4 more. It's not that easy.
Yeah, and they got to.
But what he's accomplished, and he's not even 30 yet, is faster than any quarterback has ever done at his age.
And I think today it's harder to keep the pieces, around.
I don't think they really need it with him, other than Travis Kelce. They've done it largely with different players. That's very similar to Brady. He has an underassuming group of wide receivers and an elite tight end. That don't sound like Tom Brady. I don't know what does. Think about it. Name his wide receivers. Tyreek Hill back then, yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Tyreek Hill's been gone for a while.
No, you're right. They got that one kid.
Rice came along.
Rice.
Yeah, but again, every year it seems to be a different group of people because the year before it was Valdez Scantling, it was other people.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Tiktok was on that team for a while. So
don't they got the kid from the Giants over there?
Yeah, him too. Kadarius Toney, KT. But yeah.
Okay.
All right, we've been going for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's the video. Food was delicious. We talk a lot.
It's what we do.
Yeah, it's true. So you can take some of this, please, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Definitely. We'll make it happen.
All right, man. That'll be it. Y'all be easy. Then same stuff. Tomorrow, more content. I love y'all to hand signs. They made it to YouTube.